Good morning. I hope you are all well. Um, this morning, this may come out just a tiny bit later, not a lot, but I needed to kind of ground and center and just kind of take care of some personal needs first. So, and tune in, because I was getting a bunch of random messages that a lot had to do with health and wellness, and the overwhelming pull that I ask Spirit, what does the collective need, and what do we all need? What does the collective watching need right now? And what I got was that it's time to do an energy retrieval. So it's time to call back our energy. Oh, good morning. By the way, I'm Holly, psychic medium. Thank you for watching and being part of the channel. I am so grateful. And thank you for all the kind messages. It means the world to me. It really does. This is a place of healing. It is a place of protection. It is a place of wellness, and it is a place of peace and recentering. That is fully my intention, and that's what it shall be. If you are so inclined, please subscribe and like the videos if you like them, that brings you into the community of this channel, and it also helps it to it just helps it to grow and lets me know this is the place where we all need to come together and to keep doing it. Okay, energy retrieval. We give away our energy, and I've talked about this before. I'll talk about it again briefly. We give away our energy. Our energy is taken from us. And it doesn't always have to be, some nefarious, diabolical, somebody trying to snatch your energy away or anything like that. Sometimes it is. People can be weird, But sometimes it's simply, road rage. We yell at somebody in the car next to us because they cut us off. We just let some of our energy out and let it leach out. Sometimes it's from loss. And this morning, and I'm still getting it, I feel like somebody had a miscarriage. I feel like somebody may have had a series of them, but I feel like somebody's recently had a miscarriage. And first, I'm so sorry for your loss. And secondly, there will be another, and it will be okay. This isn't for everybody. Understand that. These messages can't be for every single person. But there is someone that when you hear it, you're going to hear like a buzzing in your ears, or like your head will get tingly and your chest will flutter, and you'll know it's for you. Okay, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. It will belong to someone else. So give yourself time and patience. It'll be several months, but then you'll be ready, and your body will be in a better place to conceive and retain the pregnancy, okay? Don't blame yourself. There was nothing you could do, okay? Nothing. So I think when you do have a child, it might be a boy, okay? If you don't want to know that, I'm sorry. That wasn't meant for you if you didn't want to know. Okay, so we're going to retrieve our energy. The way you do it, super simple. Normally, I like to stand, and I did it this morning already, but we're going to do it again. So inhale, hold your arms out, or you can hold them up, whatever you want to do. Feel your chest expand and open. Know that you are surrounded and protected, because your intent is where energy flows. Energy flows in the direction of your intention, okay? Whew, okay. Well, makes me lightheaded. All right. I call to the divine. I call to the protectorate. I call to Archangel Michael and to Raphael to protect and heal us, to Gabrielle to come with the messages we need at this time as well. Remove all toxicity, physical, mental, emotional. Help us to heal in all ways, in all directions of time. And at this time, we call our energy back to us. I call my energy back to me. 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 And so it is, and so it will always be. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It is with the greatest love and gratitude I thank you. Thank you. Okay. You don't always have to say that out loud. That prayer at the beginning is just something that I don't always feel called to do, but I will do some version of it silently in my head. You can say this silently to yourself. Try to do it in a quiet, peaceful place. And when I was doing that, I was not pulling from anyone here or the screen, and that's part of why I turned to the sides, just because I wanted to make sure it was just what is mine and only mine coming back to me. Again, that has been freely given, taken, usurped, or just lost through stupid impulsive actions. And stupid on my part. I'm not saying anyone out there does stupid things. I certainly do. But and then I like to pull my hands in over my chest, over my heart, the heart chakra, and welcome my energy home. Welcome my energy home into this vessel. And we're going to charge that energy right now with healing and wellness and anything that does not serve the greater good and the higher good and our wellness and well-being must leave now. With the greatest love, I send you away any energy, ties, attachments, or cords. Mother and Father God, please heal them. Heal whomever is wounded enough that they can't do it for themselves or know how to do it for themselves. Send love and healing in all directions and in all directions of time. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank all of you. Okay. And Spirit is wanting me to say this. So hear this. Every single person has the ability to go within, to search without, but to find the right tools, treatments, people, whatever, to help them on their healing path. But every single person has the ability to ask for, receive, and create within themselves through their own abilities, their own healing. The focus this morning seems to be on physical wellness and healing. I use myself as an example a lot just because it's real and it's tangible and hopefully it will make sense. I've had an extraordinary amount of health problems and injuries over my lifetime, and the last few months got a little scary to the point I was questioning whether I would come through it. No, as far as I know, it wasn't COVID, but it was pretty scary, and I've had to do a lot of lifestyle changes, and I always had a lot of food allergies. Now I have even more, and my few treats are now no longer treats. But I do believe there was a reason for all of this. Once you look within and you find first, okay, what is happening? Why is it? One, what is happening to me? Where is it coming from? Is it within? Is it without? Is there a reason for it? Is it something I'm doing in my life? Is there something that I'm doing that Spirit's trying to take me away from? Two, what is the lesson to be learned from it? Okay, what is it that we can learn to heal ourselves? That kind of goes with part of one. Three, talk to your body. And of course, everybody has free will. I am not a medical professional. I have zero medical knowledge. My primary care doctor, specialists, and Google seem to be where I go for treatment. I would suggest Google. Neither would my primary care doctor. But there are wonderful naturopaths, and I do believe 100% that we need both Western medicine in terms of physical and psychological care and holistic medicine. Okay, we know our bodies better than anyone. Okay, trust that. And if you know something's not right, keep digging and pushing and just say, but something doesn't feel right in my body. Okay. 3, I was on 3. Where was I? Oh yeah. Find the treatment you need, whether it's starting a food diary to find out if you're having an intolerance, a reaction, and not all reactions are hives and difficulty breathing. Sometimes it can be weird and uncomfortable and kind of gross and bizarre, but there is a whole spectrum, and I actually confirmed that with an immunologist. There's a whole spectrum of allergic reactions. One of mine was my blood pressure dropping significantly. That wasn't the whole reason that that was happening in huge amounts recently. But, and then 4, do something about it. No one can take on your healing but you. There is not a medical professional on the planet who can say, here you go, take this pill, you'll be fixed. If you do that, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, okay, please understand that, only my opinion, based on my personal experiences and what I know for me. But I am a firm believer that there's no one who can, and there's no one single treatment that will say, there you go, that's it, you're done. We've got to do the work on ourselves, and we have to understand why we are in this position. What can we do within ourselves to change it? Mind, body, and spirit. This is the year, you all. Come on, my people. Mind, body, spirit. This is the year. Small steps. You take small steps to start. Very small steps to start. And someone is struggling with weight. I was an athlete and athletic and fit my entire life until my 40s hit. Wow, that was not a kind decade at all to me. It was one of my worst decades because my body fell apart. I just became, I just emotionally had some trauma that was extraordinary. And I gave up. I absolutely gave up. So when I started into my 50s, which I am right now, I'm in my 50s, that was when I realized, okay, it's up to me if I want to change. I don't like who I am. I don't like the way I look. I don't like that I'm losing mobility. I don't like how I feel. Why am I giving up? I've never given up. I have never been a quitter, giver-upper, which isn't a word, but I'm making it one today. So, little by little, I started chipping away at the weight. One thing at a time. And in the process, I realized, oh, my food allergies are a lot worse than I thought. And I realized how sick and inflamed I had become. Okay? So I lost like 40, 45 pounds. I'm almost 5'1". That was a lot of weight on my frame. Okay? Then I went too far and ended up underweight. Okay? So be careful. You can hit the other end of the extreme too. All right, again, this is a lot about me, but there's a reason for it, because what I keep getting and what I'm hearing is that there are people who need to hear this. You don't have to recreate the wheel, and you don't have to do everything overnight. One step, one thing at a time, but understand what is your personal motivation for what is happening to you and in your body. I think the reason why, and I'll just put it out there, I have a very strict, kind of restricted diet because of the food allergies, which are extraordinary. And I think that's goes hand in hand with this work. So, you know, there's that. Yay. And also just, I don't know, whatever it is, whatever it is, I haven't quite gotten all of that figured out yet. But my treat was sugar in the form of chocolate and chocolate bars and a really fancy martini or cocktail. Okay. And some dairy every now and then. Dairy, huge no. I cannot do dairy. And then the two things that were my big treat, I found out make me sick. Just recently, they've been making me sick, like badly sick. And so now my diet has become even more restrictive. But since I've cut out the sugar and the alcohol, you know, which I like a fancy drink in a pretty glass. It makes me feel all fancy schmancy. It was also dulling me and dulling my connection. And as soon as I stopped, whoosh, everything opened up with such clarity. It's sort of a constant flow. And when I was actively reading, I didn't drink. I consumed and ate a whole lot of stuff, but I didn't consume alcohol, and my connection was a lot clearer, but still not as clear as it is now. Now, I'm not advocating everybody strip your diet down to bare bones where you kind of have to cry and grieve food, because that's unhealthy too. I just know that my body is telling me what it's telling me. This is a whole lot of talk, and I'm sorry to make it about me, but I think these examples are important because all morning long I was getting messages about health and wellness and feeling overwhelmed and feeling like there's, you know, why bother? Why start? Oh, honey bunny, I was there for a decade of my life, and it was not pretty. And people who only met me during that time, because I also switched from one location to another with my work, they only knew me as the sick, puffy, overweight, gave up on the world kind of woman. And if they see me now or talk to me now, I think they're a little surprised, you know, because it's like, this is who I always was. And that's what I want for you. That's what I just heard them say. Tell them that. They're so direct. I love it though. Thank you. Remember who you are. You know who you are. You know who you've always been inside. Even if the outside world doesn't know it, doesn't appreciate it, or wants to take it from you, because your light and your spark is so brilliant. You remember who you are, and you bring that out, and you just be you. Let your outward reflect your inward. You don't have to hide, because they're also saying someone is hiding. Someone is hiding who they are. They're hiding their light. You don't have to hide your light. And it doesn't matter what size you are. Get healthy. Get healthy. Okay? And again, for most people, that's going to be a little different. For me, when you're like, yeah, but you've got all kinds of weird problems. Yeah, but I am still able to do a remarkable number of things that should be medically impossible because of my spirit connection. And it's also just one of the things that I have come to understand, and other practitioners know this too. Sometimes to be that complete and open channel, we don't always fit into the mainstream, and we have to have different types of, I don't want to say sacrifice because that sounds bad, but it is a different way of living. Okay, I'm just going to tell you. And those of you out there who are watching this who are practitioners, you know that. You know that. Take inventory of every area of your life. I think you pretty well know that. But it's worth it. We are, and gratefully so, as you are in your own life. We all are channels for the divine. We are all channels for spirit. Listen to the voice. Listen to the nudge. Okay, this is just the Virgo in me. Caveat, if you're hearing a whole bunch of voices that are telling you to do bad things, that's not spirit. You see a psychiatrist. You may need medication. I have run into that before with people who wanted me to exercise something out of them. And I'm like, oh, honey, you need some medication. You need to get treated. And there's nothing wrong with that. The medications are available. Get what you need. Go see the right doctor, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. We don't look at a diabetic. I always tell kids at school about, you know, depression, or I used to when I worked there. But, you know, when we would do suicide prevention, you know, sessions or whatever, it would be, you know, if you need counseling or treatment, get it. And I'm so proud of you for doing that. I mean, we don't look at a diabetic and say, oh, you have to take insulin. You must be so embarrassed. That would be ridiculous. No one would ever think to say that. Ever. You know, but there's still not as much, but there's still a little bit of stigma. So if you need help, if you need counseling, even if you don't need medication necessarily, but if you just need to talk to someone, it is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Okay? Please, please, please hear that. All right. That was a whole lot. I do want to pull one card. I love this. I say that every time. Oh, I love this deck. Of course I do. It's in my home. Okay. But this is Rebecca Campbell, and it's called Work Your Light Oracle Cards. Isn't that lovely? Okay. All right. And this is kind of what the cards look like on the back. I just think they're so pretty, and it makes me feel good. I love roses. And rose essence oil, rose roll-on stuff, images of roses, rose-colored stones. The most readily available is rose quartz. It's just emits a loving, gentle, wonderful energy. And with any kind of death walking or crossing work, I recommend always having rose oil around, essential rose oil. This one kept popping out. Starseed. Someone mentioned in the comments starseed, so there you go. Starseed. What lights you up? And it doesn't have as many colors, but I keep getting the Aurora Borealis, and I know someone who travels a lot, and two people who travel a lot, and they've seen it and taken pictures, and it is such an awe-inspiring thing. Look to the skies, look within, and understand that this is where you fit in. You are part of not just the here and now in the address where you live. You are part of the universe, of the cosmos. You have infinite power at your resources, that all you have to do is tap within. Remind yourself, I have everything I need within me. Okay. Felt like a little kid sitting in front of the fan going, when you blow. I don't know if anybody else does that, or did that when you were a kid, but it's fun. It's probably why I have why my voice gets so gravelly now, though. All right, one more. And if anybody is wondering what I do, I've got a little sponge over here so my finger can get wet. Otherwise, I can't grab the cards because my hands get so dry. I think we may be finished with that deck. I think that Starseed card. Yeah, the Starseed card was the main one. They said just open the middle, open up the deck. Yes. Just say yes. And look, that was us doing our energy retrieval. All directions and all directions of time. Yes. And yes, we need to move on to the other deck. I'm going to pull one more. And I started to use these yesterday. This is, again, Sandra Ann Taylor. Is this Sandra? Yeah, Sandra Ann Taylor. This one is the Energy Oracle cards. All right. Now, these are smaller than they originally were because this set I liked and I wanted to be able to use more often, so I trimmed them down. Okay, one more, but look at the top. I need to shuffle one more time, but I need to look at the top. Adjacent possibilities. Okay. What does that mean, Spirit? Who is that for? What does that mean? Oh, clever. They're saying you look both ways before crossing the street, so don't take the first offer that comes along. Look all around you. There's something coming. All will be fine, but one will be better than another. Man holding a coin. Okay, so I feel like this has to do with work and finance. Understand you will be put in the right place at the right time. I'm seeing April again. So now we're pushing past that energetic March deadline. And that just fell out. So yeah. So just remember, right about when you're ready to say, well, I better hurry up and take this. If you've got 48 hours to make up your mind, take all 48 hours and look both ways across the street and decide. Okay? All right. So what is the message for the collective from the Energy Oracle cards? This is for specifically today. That one was a little bit longer range. What is the message you have for the collective, spirit guides and... Okay. Spirit guides and guardians. What is the message you have for the collective today? Magician holding the mirror. When I shuffled these earlier, this one jumped out at me. Someone's in the process of manifesting, and I think someone, appreciation on top, always nice. Oh, that was Spirit saying they appreciate all of you. Oh gosh, you know, our spirit guides and guardians, they just love us so much. Someone is manifesting you. Be ready. You are going to be someone's greatest wish and dream. All right. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So, I think this one's the love part of the messages. Okay, so there was the magician who is trying to draw in, sometimes with scrying, not like magical lotions and potions and, you know, stuff like that, which that's fine. That's your gig. Good. I get it. You're good. It's a form of manifestation, but not when it's trying to bend someone else's free will. But somebody is actively putting the wish out there to draw someone like you to them. You may not have even met yet. All right. Some of you have, and it's this questioning, is this real or not? Okay. Just take your time and let it flow. All right. Caring connections. I'm just going to show you and then we'll go. Caring connections. The thinking man in his big old fancy outfit. Contract. Blind justice. The scales being balanced. Goddess of the moon. Okay, they're saying the moon is significant. The moon is important. I don't know when the next new moon or full moon is. I have a feeling full moon. Whenever the next full moon is, that might be a significant time. I need to look that up. I have no idea. But check what would be the next full moon, and that may be a significant time for when this starts to unfold a little bit. All right. Caring connections, the thinking man, contract, goddess of the moon. I think goddess of the moon was for timing, and someone is going to see you as their ethereal goddess. Be in your true energy, male or female. You are in your divine energy, and the full moon is going to be really important, okay? Contract. I'm kind of going backwards. Let me start, just because this is sort of the end result, you and the timing. The three main ones for the meat of the message, I think, is caring connections, the thinking man, and contract. This is, I don't see it as a contract as in like for work. This one isn't part of the work reading. This is definitely, I think, the romance, as in not just any relationship, but a romantic relationship. And I think that contract and balancing the scales will mean that both will be equal partners in this relationship. Not one of you will have to do all the work. There will be some legalities involved. So it could be either living together, marriage, blending, coming together, just equality and justice for both of you. And it will be that the blind justice image, the blind justice part of this keeps coming up. So it's not that you're going to have to convince, work, cajole. They're just going to be there and all in. So that's good. That's what you want. All right. And then caring connections and the thinking man. So there you go. You've got it's going to be a caring connection, but thinking man, there's more to that. Thinking man. All right. First of all, this is, and it could be male or female. It doesn't matter. This is an individual who is really smart, really thoughtful, almost feels intuitive, but because they are so good at reading people, it almost comes across as though they're reading your energy when in fact they're just reading you and your body language and the way you talk and the way you hold yourself and maybe the way you look or where you look. This is someone who knows how to, not necessarily from a psychic sense, but this is someone who knows how to look at someone kind of in that Sherlock Holmes way and probably even tell you, what you've got in your pocket or your purse. Okay. So all by deduction because they are a Mr. or Miss Smarty Pants. Okay. All right. I said that was the last one. I was wrong. One more. And this is a different type of lenormand. I added an R in there. Sorry. Lenormand. Okay. All right. And this is Rana George. She actually added a couple of cards into this deck that are not traditionally in the Lenormand. And it's has to do with metaphysical work and spiritual knowledge. So I thought that was interesting. All right. So let's ask just a question. And I'm not going to ask, well, it's hard to ask because for the collective, it could be slightly different. I think some of you have never met this person, but you're getting ready to. Some of you have met this person, but it hasn't evolved into anything yet. Okay. But you're in each other's periphery. All right. So both of those are option lines, depending on who you are and where you're coming from. All right. Let's see. Let me see if I can reach out. Is there a question for someone? Oh, they want me to just do kind of a give me an answer. That's just too ambiguous. No, I need a question, not just, hey, because then you can bend it to make it fit what you want it to be. What is the question that's most on people's mind? Will I get over this? Will my health get better? Ooh, that's a big one. All right. Will my health improve? Will I heal from this? Will I get over this condition? Okay. For the collective. For those asking, will I get over this? Will I get over this? Will I heal from this condition? I'm hearing it will take time. It will take effort. Call in additional professionals. And I'm also hearing and they just said that's enough. I'm also hearing, get these in the right order, I think, where they came out. I'm also hearing, be careful what you're consuming, going back to the consuming. I knew that came up for a reason. It wasn't just me rambling on. Ow. It wasn't just me rambling on about my own stuff. I knew it had a connection. Even organic food, I mean, still getting rained on by the same rain that has the same stuff in it that's not healthy, but try to be careful about what you're eating and what you're consuming. I'm seeing a lot of prepackaged, processed foods. Try eliminating that. And somebody is having trouble with too much salt. I did get that. I think it's kind of goes in with the processed food stuff, but also that might be for someone else entirely. Just that'll take care of it for you. But I feel like their spirit is coming through with take time, do your homework, work on yourself, but eliminate things that you can't identify in your diet and see how you feel. And that might give you the clarity of mind to know what to do next or what help to seek out. Or it might, for some of you, a group of you, even be enough to turn the tide. Okay? I'm not saying you got to go out and grow your own food, and Lord knows I don't. And I don't get all organic stuff. I go to Kroger and get the bag of shredded cabbage because I'm too lazy to shred it myself. So it's not like I'm not Susie Homemaker here. But they're saying at least read the ingredients. Start reading ingredients. And there's some chemical coating, something in it that is not agreeing with you. And you think there's something worse going on when it's actually that. So look online and look how to do like a food diary. But start noticing when you feel the worst or when you start becoming symptomatic and what did you eat. Okay, so that means, and you don't have to do that forever, even if you just do it a few times. I mean, like for like a week, like even 5 days, not even full 7, you'll start to see a pattern. But really, truly try to get rid of any prepackaged foods because the chemicals in them and the salt content in them could be almost 100% of what's creating, I think it's like a GI tract, colon, urinary tract kind of gut health thing. Okay. All right. Let's see. So we've got, man, this is really long. All right. The fox, the lighthouse, the crane, or actually that's a blue heron. That's a medicine animal, in what I believe. I don't even know. I think that's either the garden. I think that's a garden. Might be the house. It's hard with this deck. I don't even know. I just know it's pretty and it feels beautiful. I think it's garden. Message, getting a message, a book. Woman looking in that instance, and she's actually looking to the past, away from this. A coffin, which could just mean something ending. It doesn't mean a death necessarily. And a man on a horse charging forward. He looks to me, I know it's a soldier, but he looks to me like the old-fashioned like mail delivery guy. So I do think a message is coming. You're going to get news. Someone is going to get news about their health condition. Don't let it scare you. A lot of it can be corrected through food, I think. But just understand, okay, and I'm getting that food as medicine. It doesn't mean it doesn't have to it needs to taste good, but just understand food as medicine. And our food sources are I think it's making a whole lot of us sick. Okay. All right. I'm just going to go here because basically this is everything we talked about just now. Where it ends. And you're gonna grieve a little bit looking back to the past, just like I was like, man, I just want a chocolate bar, man. Come on. Really? But the trade-off isn't worth it. You're going to start charging away, charging into your future, into a very active life, okay? Or more active than what it is right now. I know that was kind of a short, probably not satisfactory read on that one, but basically it was everything that just came through. All right. This one felt a little strange. All right. It was all about health and healing and calling back, retrieving your energy. All right. Okay. I think that's it. I'm going to upload this before it gets too long. Gosh, it's long. I hope you get to the end of it. All right. I just heard blessings of love and light. That's nice. I like that. With absolute love and gratitude, I do thank you. I thank you, especially if you made it all the way to the end. Don't forget to retrieve your energy. You can do that on your own anytime you want. I call my energy back to me. Bring it into your chest. Okay? Thank you so much for being here. And I think I'm going to go practice what I preach and do a little more self-care. So be well. I love your spirit. I love your soul. And I'm grateful that you're here. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's see what we got. Bye, everybody.